Hey guys, today my project is I am making fabric flowers for embellishments for junk journals. I am cutting them out individually. I'm not drawing them out individually, I'm just using one. First one I drew for a template, and I'll put those off to the side. I started out by just using a scrap of fabric glued onto just a piece of paper, and I just used white glue, and then I just cutting off the excess. It usually takes a few hours at least to dry. And I just use regular white glue. But you can use any kind of glue you want. And then I just, these are already measured out, but what I did is I just drew out a picture of a flower, and then and cut it out. And now I'm using that as a template for the rest of them. I can do different flowers, but for this video I'm just going to do the same one. Just make them into strips the size of the flower I'm going to be cutting out. This one's going to be bigger. I might do a bigger flower for that one. Just so I have some variety. And now I have some fabric strips on paper. And I also did some that were like using scraps into like a patchwork. I have just several strips, and then I cut them into squares like this, and I'm using one of the flowers as a template. I just drew flowers on the backs of these. Not all of them yet, but you see where I'm going, and then just draw it out. I'm just using a pencil. You might not be able to see it very well, but I find it easier to use than a pen, because in case I mess up, I can erase it. I'm going to be doing a few different flowers, but not in the video, but for my own stash. And then cut them out. This is just going to be a short little video. Just to give you the idea of, you know, what you can do on with your own ideas. These are hair cutting scissors. I borrowed them from my son, and I haven't given them back yet. They're really good for fussy cutting. I might have to get a pair of my own. And then, as embellishments, you can, you know, sew them on to your journal pages, or glue them, because they're, you know, backed with paper, so they'd be really easy to glue. And there you go. And so you can have fabric flowers with any kind of fabric scraps that you have. I use several different fabric scraps. I didn't overlap them on the paper, so there are a couple of spots here that aren't covered, but it's okay. And it looks a little messy, but that's alright. I like to make messy looking journals. It's funner that way. Anyway, that's all for today, and I will see you guys later. Bye-bye.